Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Astra Large Orb Pendant. This is going to be the 13-1503. It's also a slightly smaller one. This one's coming in at 49.5 inches in diameter. The smaller version of this is 31.7, and if you need help to decide which one's going to work for your project, email or call and I can kind of walk you through all of that and get you fixed up. Let's talk about the overall height of the fixture body itself. So we'll talk about that's 52.9 inches, and that's going to be independent of the rods that it's coming with. And then the diameter, like I said, is 49.5. The overall height, now that's the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the actual ceiling itself, is going to give you a pretty good range, starting off at 55.2 to 100 inches. So this is also going to ship with 11 feet of wire, so we can kind of go just up to that point by just ordering additional pipes. However, if you need to go well beyond that 11 feet, what we do is we do custom. So you would email us and you would say, I'm looking at a 13-1503 and I'm hanging it from a 2-story foyer or a cathedral ceiling and I need 220 inches overall height, or doesn't matter what the number is. I'm going to take your email, send it through Hubbardton Forge's customs department, where it comes back to us with a quote. Adds a little time and cost, but we do customs every day. It's very easy. Why don't we jump into a couple other things? Lots of little details on this. So this is slope ceiling adaptable in one direction, 45 degrees, so you're all covered on slope. That's fine. The canopy that's going to go on your 4-inch junction box, that's 8.5 inches in diameter, so it's a pretty good size there. I want to show you a little bit more information about all this, and how we're going to look at it is to look at the installations instruction sheet. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that out for me. It is going to show you a full parts list of all these parts. You're going to be getting, let's see, 3 pieces of the 12, 1 piece of the 6, 1 piece of the 3, and then you see these little connectors that put them together. They're little threaded pieces. You're going to get a bunch of these as well. And that canopy on the ceiling, that 8.5 inches canopy, is going to be there as well. And then you'll see on that install sheet there's going to be a chart. The chart is going to show you which combinations of which of these rods you're going to use to get to all of those overall heights that are listed on that chart. It's very simple. It's a great way to show you how to do it. So there you go. Why don't we talk about how to put it together? Basically, I would probably, once you got the whole thing together, I would probably, well actually they talk about it that you're going to come from the ceiling down. So once you kind of figure out your overall height and your pipes, then you install it, and then you can see in those installations instructions how you put it together, put the arms on. It's very simple and user-friendly. Let's talk about that glass really quick. It's using a beautiful frosted glass from Hubbardton Forge. They specify their glass from all kinds of manufacturers around the world, only the best ones. So that's going to be nice there. The lamping on this, you're going to be using 10, that's a lot of light coming out of this, 10 of these chandelier sockets. So these are the smaller sockets we grew up with. They're going to be coming out kind of a pinwheel on their side, and then they kind of shoot out and they're just behind that glass, which is kind of hiding it from the front. You'll be able to kind of catch a view of some of these bulbs after your installation, so it's good to find a bulb that aesthetically you like. So we'll go over what kind of bulbs you can use. So as far as incandescent, so here's an old incandescent flame tip from our days past. And you see it's a smaller one. Okay. So you can go up to 60 watts in each of these. That would give you 600 watts of light, which I don't think anyone needs that much light. But you can also find these in a 20-watt incandescent and a 40-watt incandescent. But I think you can find these easily as an LED. And I think a lot of you guys want to do that anyway. So you not only can you use a flame tip, but you can also use a couple other shapes. So this is a torpedo, and this is called a G16. And a G16, this is an incandescent version of it. A G16 is kind of like the size of a ping pong ball. But I like a G16.5. So when you're out looking for these, those little numbers make a difference. So if you're on Amazon or on one of those bulb websites, you would put in G16.5 LED light bulb. And here you go. This is what you're going to get. So this I have found easily in a 20-watt equivalent of incandescent, but it's easy to find them in a 40 and a 60 and a 75 if you need them. And I think these are kind of cool. I might kind of go for a frosted version of this, only because it would kind of match the glass better, so it's easy to find out there in the world. You can find them at Home Depot and Lowe's and all those places, but quite honestly, if you get into specialty bulbs like a frosted version of an LED, you might find it better on Amazon or one of the bulb websites. There's no limit when you get into those, because as far as the wattage goes, because most of these are only going to be like a 4 to a 6 to a 10 watt tops. And again, you've got 10 of these to play with, and you're going to want to put it on a dimmer, obviously. So it's really important that when you're looking at these, that you're going to make sure it says dimmable on the box or on the page for it on Amazon or wherever you're going to go. The color of the light coming out of these bulbs is always going to be important. We talk about it in every video. They're going to offer these bulbs to you as the LEDs in 2700 Kelvin. That's a super yellow light, which could be very pretty in this. They're also going to offer that bulb to you in something called daylight, which sounds like it should be a warm light, but it's not a warm light. That's that bluish white overcast day kind of light out there. That's 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. What we like to use in our showroom, we talk about it all the time, is warm white or soft white. That's 3,000 Kelvin. That's the light coming down on this table right now from these LEDs just above us. So that's what we like to use here. So my take on this, I would probably get 40 watt equivalent or 60 watt equivalent max LEDs, and I would probably go for a frosted one. You can probably find these torpedoes or these flame tip in frosted much easier than the round ones, but it's just an aesthetics at the end of the day. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below, so scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart, so you can click on dark smoke, you can click on soft gold, doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a what's on display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.